looking down the barrel of a hot metal 45. Just another way to survive. California, rest in peace. Simultaneous release. California, show your teeth. She's my priest.
Hey, welcome guys. This is another edition of UFO Disc Golf, and we're out here at Taylor Mountain, just playing a casual round. We were actually going to play for the #1 tag, but a couple people didn't show up, so it's just Casey and I playing. And Casey throws a really nice shot off of here. It's a turnover shot. There's a Thunderbird, and I'm actually using Casey's bag. I did not have any discs. I was only planning on filming. So Casey actually was nice enough to let me use his discs, and this is going to be a rival here, and it just doesn't come back. It's a fairly beat-in rival. It's pretty new. It just never came back for me, but it still left me a decent putt. This is probably 30-35 uphill, and whoa, hello. Almost fell over at the end there. In case you can see, his came all the way back around. He's about 20, maybe 25, a little bit uphill. Let's see if he can make this. Oh, dead center. That was a nice putt for par. I mean birdie. Take that back. And that was my par putt. So Casey off to a hot start with a birdie, and I got a par. And here's number 2. There are some people walking up on this hole while we were playing. I don't know if you can see them. I can see them when I'm throwing, but I almost hit them. It is so dangerous out there. And Casey with the Firebird. That's his signature shot right here. I believe he's parked. And there's the throw, and there's those people, and the guy in the red shirt is probably looking at it going, what are you doing? That was close to being out of bounds. It skipped under the fence to leave me with this putt with a tester. And see if I can make it. It actually slid past it. It actually was a little bit further than I wanted for a par putt. But here's Casey's Firebird throw. Pretty nice shot. Oh, there's another dead center putt. He's off to a good start. And there's all the people down at the bottom of the hill who park for free. And a nice par putt. A little bit more than I wanted, but I made it. So Casey's off to a really good start here with Birdie. That would be ideal. And see what he can do right here. He's using his rock right here. And he flips it over. He's actually going to go a little bit long of the hole. It was a crush. That was actually a champion rock. This is his more beat-in DX rock that I'm going to be using on this hole. This is a challenging hole. If you can get through this little window right here and flip it, then that's the shot. I actually hit a tree. That's why I'm kind of like, what in the world? Safe. Actually kicked straight in the fairway. I thought I was headed maybe OB or by the fence, but luckily I stayed in and using this judge. I relied on this judge quite a bit during the round. That was one of his little bit soft putters. Playing with other people's discs and not having your own, it's a really interesting situation. And this is for par. And a good par save. This is for a 2 for Casey after going long. The sense of relief. He knew it. If he missed it, he was going down the hill. That was a death putt. And a good, that's 3 for 3. So Casey, he was ready to play. He was putting the #1 tag on the line. And you wonder how he got it? He beat John Child for it. I don't know what he shot, but he did take it away. And that was a good drive by Casey. That was so Casey and I both were using, I believe. I don't know who this guy is, but he showed up, jumped in front of us, threw it super quick, hit a tree, ran down the hill, and he was gone. A lot of energy. Used a destroy. I think we both used destroyers on that hole. Again, here's that judge. I actually went up. I didn't like the drive, but I had a decent look at it. It went up past that tree line up on the hill. Casey, look, he was coming in good. It just he got knocked down by that tree, but it stayed. So he's got a look for birdie. And he's human, folks. That's his first miss. But still off to a really good start. There's a couple tap-ins for par. We're just going to pick them up and throw them in the hole. So Casey's still 3 under. And I'm at par. I think I'd be doing okay at par, but Casey's off to just a red hot start.
This guy's so nice.
That's a beautiful day. Not a lot of people on the course. I think most people played earlier. Casey uses a Champion Thunderbird on this hole. I actually went with a different disc on this one. I went with his more overstable Destroyer. And overstable was it? Look at this thing. Looked like a Firebird going out of my hand. And I was just hoping it...
A lot more stable.
Yeah, I was just hoping it stayed. And it did. And this is where things got... This is where everything went downhill for me. I wanted to use something that was going to come back, something overstable. And that judge let me down. That thing was understable, and it just went downhill from there. A bad shot, hit a tree. And then you got this shot for a 4. Ooh. So I'm in a bit of trouble, but Casey had this for a 2 and another birdie. Just absolutely on cruise control. He kind of let out a little bit of air there. He was kind of nervous on that one. That's a big putt. That's a tough hole. So this is my new putting style. If anybody wants to know, it's like a mock Paige Pierce / Macbeth. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's funky. I'm still working out the kinks on it, but more or less, it's okay. So here's Casey after the impressive birdie on 5, and this is his signature shot. He actually uses the judge on this one, and he goes right over the top, and he is absolutely parked. I'm using his DX Rock, trying to go up the gut. And I had a look at it. It was going nice, and it just hit that tree. Maybe like another foot lower. And again, this is actually, I think, the one of several times I use an understable disc, and it just floats right on me and costs me a shot or 2. And that's the risk you take playing with other people's discs. It was so fun. This is the second time I played with somebody else's discs. The first time I actually almost won. I shot a +1, but I did not shoot that today. And there's the tap-in birdie. So another birdie for Casey, who, no surprise, that's why he has the #1 tag. He's just on fire. And I got a bogey, so that puts me at +3. Going into hole number 7. So if you're not used to this course, or if you've never played it, that is a mandatory left. So if you go to the right, it is going to cost you a stroke, and you're going to have to shoot again next to the telephone pole. So that's why you see this is the preferred line, is a forehand or a big anti-flex. It's going to come back to the hole, and you can see the hole just a little bit right of the telephone pole in this shot right here. I threw something flippy. It did flip. It didn't go the way I wanted it to. That was a destroyer. And back to that soft judge to try to save or make a birdie. It was a decent effort, just short. Didn't have enough. And here's Casey's birdie attempt. This would be a big putt. At this point, I might as well just leave because he is crushing me. And that is another birdie. I almost missed that left-handed. That was a really shaky putt. I tried to hold the camera and shoot it at the same time. Maybe a bad idea. Here we are on hole number 8, and Casey is 6 under par. And he's using a Champion Thunderbird. And he mashes that thing uphill. That's what I was actually going to use on this hole. So I had to go to his bag and kind of figure out what else I was going to use. This is actually a Champion Wraith. And I used it a couple times during the round. It's a fairly beat-in Wraith. It's not as overstable as you would think, but it flies really good. It left me with a decent look. This is a pretty good look at birdie. This is usually about the distance I am on this hole. Sometimes I'm a little closer, sometimes I'm a little bit more to the right. You can see Casey off to the right of me, his green disc. So he's just shy, maybe a little bit shy, a couple feet of pin high. And that is just off the basket, and I wanted that one. I even told Casey, I was like, I need to make this. I was running out of steam, coming off a double and a single bogey. And there's another one. That's number 7, if you're counting. Here's hole 9. So he actually uses DX Rock. And I think that's more of the type of disc I like to use. So I had to go to the bag and pull out a Champion Rock. This is a proto, really pretty disc. Ooh, look at, and there's an ace on it. I was hoping to pull off a good shot with this. And immediately I just kind of left it high. If you're watching me throw, I kind of do like a chicken wing. There's like it's a double pump. You're not supposed to do that, by the way. John Child and Dale Gatlin always tell me I should not do it. For some reason, I think it's just a bad habit. So I got to redevelop and change that in my swing. But if you're a beginner and you're watching this, don't do that at all. It slows the arm speed and it's just extra motion. More moving parts that you don't need. And you really can lose some distance on it, and you can also lose some power. This is Casey for birdie to keep it going. And this is the last video, so we only did, this is going to be a 9-hole video, by the way, if you're watching. It's going to be split up into 2 9-holes. So Casey, a rare miss, and we're both going to par. So Casey's going to be 7 under going into the back 9, and I'm going to be +3. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for the back 9.